and we want to be a light for the world, and part of that is we need to do everything we can to help Ukraine. What Putin is doing right now, he's reading the playbook of Hitler as if from a textbook. He's bullying one little move at a time. If he was really a crazy man, he would have moved a lot faster 8 years ago. You know, he's just taking little bites of Ukraine. He's taking little bites of Georgia, taking little bites, Chechnya, Kazakhstan, everywhere. Putin is a coward. Don't let him bluff us. He is not going to start a nuclear war. Right now, there's a catastrophe going on in Ukraine. They're targeting civilian infrastructure. They're blowing up apartment buildings. They've actually targeted toxic waste dumps. They've targeted infrastructure like dams. He realizes that he can't roll over the Ukrainian people. He's miscalculated. And, you know, he's just surrounded by a few yes men that he doesn't even let get 20 yards with him because he's afraid of COVID. So he, you know, in a sense you could say he's crazy, but he's not, you know, he's not some sort of bold sort of crazy. He's a coward. He's huddled in his little bunker in Moscow. And what we need to do is declare there's a humanitarian disaster. There are war crimes being committed right now in Ukraine. And we need to have air cover. We need to establish a no-fly zone. And, you know, this needs to stop. We need to draw the line finally with this man. And so I speak 100% in support of my Ukrainian friends today, my Ukrainian wife, my dear wife, Irina, and united, the United States and Ukraine and the entire free world, we will defeat this man. He's made a bad mistake, and he will lose this battle in Ukraine. The Ukrainian soldiers have been incredibly brave. The Ukrainian military is still flying jets. They're blowing up tank columns right now as we speak. You know, the best result for Putin is a long, dragged-out insurgency, and I don't even think that's going to happen. I think Ukraine is going to take back the disputed territories in Crimea, but it's not enough for Putin to lose. He must be defeated. Defeated means he is no longer a ruler on the world stage. He has no authority on the world stage. He has no authority in his own country. And we will press on until he is no longer existing on this earth. Slava Ukraina!
Героям слава!
Slava Ukraina!
Героям слава!
Stop the war! Stop the war! Stop the war! Stop the war! When I say Russia, you say go home, Russia!
Go home! Go home!
Russia!
Go home!
Russia!
Go home!
Russia!
Go home!
USA supports Ukraine!
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 The whole world 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 supports Ukraine!
NATO!
Close the sky!
NATO!
Close the sky!
NATO!
Close the sky!
Close the sky! Save our lives! Close the sky! Save our lives!
Close the sky!
Save our lives!
And it is extremely important these days. Besides coming here to support Ukraine, if you are non-US citizen, you can sign petitions. If you are a United States citizen, please take time to write to your House representatives, congressmen, and senators. Please ask them to take more actions towards Ukraine, towards Putin, well, against Putin, not towards him. This is the end for today's protest, but this is not the end of our fight. There will be updates about all the upcoming events. Please come, please join, please bring your local friends, your international friends. Let's make this movement bigger and bigger.
Thank you.
Slava Ukraini! Slava Ukraini!
So again, just to reiterate, this QR code, just spread it everywhere. You'll see it on social media. So people can scan it, they have a link, and they will get all the information that's necessary, how everyone can help right now. Just, be proactive. Contact your friends, contact your family. Call White House. It's not very difficult, it's very simple. You dial the number, you call, and you use the sample text, and you read exactly what Ukraine needs right now. We need to be a big group of people. It's not enough to just gather here in the streets. So please be proactive, just think about this, because there are people right now, they don't have even a minute where they can just sleep peacefully, because they can be under attack any second, and that's the scariest part of anyone's life. You have to really understand what Ukraine is going through. It's fighting for the democracy in the whole world. It's fighting off one of the biggest and strongest armies in the world. Isn't that better than some Marvel superheroes? I mean, we have nowadays present superheroes living there. The country with people like that, it cannot be conquered. It will never be conquered, but we want to have the war stopped as soon as possible. This bloodshed of innocent people, it's not necessary for anyone. Not Russia, not Ukraine, or any other country. There is so much at stake that you don't hear on the news. If Ukraine falls, which we know it won't, it may really, send a wave of chain reaction across the world, and so other countries will be invading other countries. So we need to tell this to the politicians. They need to do more. It's in their hands right now. The House of Representatives, the Senate, and of course the White House. United States is the strongest ally in the NATO alliance, and NATO itself can crush Russia any moment, any minute. They just have to be strong and together and united. And even though Ukraine is not part of NATO, but NATO owes all the obligations to Ukraine. Ukraine gave up its nuclear arsenal. It was the third biggest arsenal in the world. That was enough to destroy this planet, but Ukraine just gave it away. And what's happening right now? Russians are using missiles, ballistic rockets. They are shelling every big city in Ukraine. Innocent people are dying. When the weapons of mass destruction are used, those weapons, they don't discriminate whether it's army, whether it's soldiers, or just innocent civilians. Everyone is in danger right now in Ukraine, and we cannot let that happen. We need to be proactive. People, please, 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 don't just let this action be an action of yelling in the street. It has to translate into more and more action with your friends, with family. Especially if you have people that you know, friends or family in Russia. Talk to them. They don't know. They really don't realize what's happening. All those little innocent boys who just thought they were training in Ukraine or just going to Belarus for a little field trip, they ended up being shot and killed. They didn't even know what was happening. The mothers of those children, they need to stop this from happening. And people in Russia and Belarus, they're accomplices if they don't do anything. It's not scary to be beaten with a baton by police. What's more scary is to watch hundreds of thousands of people, innocent people, die in the street because of you're not doing anything. So please pass this word. People in Russia and Belarus, they need to wake up. It's far too late for them to be complicit and sit at home. We cannot be, we're living in the 21st century. We have every possible means of sharing information. Social media, various messengers and stuff. You know it better than I do. Just spread the word. Use this QR code. This website is also a work in progress. It will get better. We'll have more information. We'll be better equipped for everyone to use it. Just share it. Don't be scared. There's no time left to say, oh, I don't care for the politics. This is not politics, it's war. There are two different things. War is killing people, innocent people, and we cannot let that happen. I thank you all so much for coming. I know that you care for Ukraine. I know a lot of you have relatives and family in Ukraine. Let's pray for Ukraine today and tonight and every day. Together we are incomparable. People of Ukraine show to the whole world that everyone, every civilian that care for their country so much, they cannot just lose to some lunatic, the maniac that sits in Kremlin. No country can be conquered with people like that, so powerful and freedom-loving. So thank you again so much. Please be active, and let's have our national anthem of Ukraine one more time.